Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is get your paintbrush wet and just kind of put it at a point. Then you're going to do all of your primary colors first and then work on your secondary colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my yellow and I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush here to paint in. And I'm using my paintbrush like a pen or a pencil, so I'm holding it just like I would a pencil so I can have really good control on my paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint in the rest of this and I'll be back. Okay, so when you're starting to make your secondary colors, you wanna take a popsicle stick or anything that resembles one and just lightly grab some of the main color that you need here. You just need a little bit. And then using the other end of the popsicle stick, we're gonna just dab just a little bit of the red. And we're gonna put that in here. So then you have your two colors here. I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm gonna get my paintbrush that I've already cleaned. I'm gonna dry it a little bit more so that it's not as wet. And then I'm going to mix this in. To make orange, you need just a little bit of red. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go ahead and fill in this color here. I think I need a little bit more red, so I'm gonna take my popsicle stick, put it right here. I'm gonna take some more yellow, dip it in, put that down. And so you can kind of see, I maybe went a little too dark, but we'll see when I put it on the paper. I think that is okay. So now I'm going to take this color here, my orange, paint that in. And now I need to mix my violet and my green. So then when it's time for you to mix some of your other colors, like when you have your violet and your blue here, so violet and blue, you're gonna use one of these little scrap palettes, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some of my violet down, and then I'm gonna use my stick and get some blue. So I'm gonna mix my blue here, and each of you guys are going to do this on your own. You guys can go ahead and mix these colors here in the palette together, but then when you start doing these should be on your own. So here, blue and violet, and I'm gonna go ahead and add this here. So you can kind of see that it looks a little bit more purpley when I add a little bit more blue to it. And you're gonna do that for each one. So when you have your orange and your yellow, you're gonna always wanna make sure that you clean your brush really good, and use your paper towel to kind of make sure that none of the remnants are there. So orange and yellow, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of my orange here. So I probably should have made some more orange. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my scoop of yellow here. Mix that around on my palette. Now when I'm finished with my palette, I can just go ahead and throw this in the trash. But yellow and orange. Since I'm going ahead and making my yellow orange, I might want to go ahead and start making these colors here. So once you have your yellow, you want to mix a little bit of white with it. So let me go ahead and clean this up so I can show you this. So this is your tints and your tones. So if I have my yellow, go ahead and do this on your sheet here. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow. Then I'm going to go get some white, and I'm going to mix that in. And you can see that it makes it a little bit more opaque. So I'm going to take this yellow and go yellow, white. And I'm going to use my paintbrush just like a pen or a pencil and go ahead and fill that in here. So then the next one is I'm taking my yellow and my black. So I'm going to take my yellow again, because I can't use this because that has white in it. So I'm going to take my yellow and I'm just going to, since my paintbrush is clean, well, I thought it was clean, I'm going to take a little bit of this black, just a little bit. You really don't need a lot. So I'm going to actually take some off over here and then mix in my yellow. kind of looks like a greenish color. So once you have that mixed in, then you go ahead and paint this square. And this is your yellow plus your black. You can tell that this square is a little bit more transparent because my paintbrush was a little bit wet, so it's not as thick as before. So I'm going to probably have to go back in and add a second coat here. So now let's do the brown, and this is your tone. So I'm going to go ahead and clean my paintbrush, get some more yellow here, and then take a dab of my brown. Remember, just a little bit. Mix that in. You don't need a lot of paint to do these squares, so just try to conserve. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my brown plus yellow. And then for the next one, I'm going to be doing orange. So I'm going to be doing the same thing, but with orange. So it'll be orange, and then red, violet, blue, and then green. So if you want, you can go ahead and start out with your main colors by mixing them, making these main colors, and then after you mix them, go ahead and add the white, the black, and the brown.